Hello to all my friends out there. Well, here we are, another day. Can you believe this? Look, the sun is hitting me in the head. And then we've got all this massive cold weather in the U.S. It's very scary and it's very awful. So I hope if you live in those cold areas, you're being very, very careful. My mother's mother froze to death. Yes, she did. That was it. 13 kids and no mother. So it can happen, and it's not desirable. So today I have on a pair of used Armani sunglasses. I love these sunglasses. I bought them. See how cute they are? I bought them cheap. Hi, you guys. Okay. In classic minimalism, I think you're just supposed to have one item. You're not supposed to have a massive amount of stuff. So I always justify this by saying, well, I can sell it. Yes, that is true. And so, you have your good side. Rhoda, you don't need any other sunglasses. And then you have your bad side. Well, Macy's is going out of business. This might be a good time to pick up a couple of sunglasses. You have been so good. You haven't spent any of your stimulus, and you could like recirculate some of your money, and you could buy a couple, not just one, a couple of good sunglasses. Well, Rhoda, you don't need to be spending your money. You need to be saving your money. Yeah, that is true. But it's such a good deal, and I could get some beautiful sunglasses. And if you take care of them, they could last a lifetime. And when you're done with them, you could sell them. Well, you could buy one. You don't need two. Yeah, that's true. But I like to buy everything in 2s, 3s, 4s. I'm working on that. The minimizing is not easy for me. I've been a consumer of various items for a long time. So I think what we're seeing with this snow, a lot of people go, don't worry about the grand solar minimum. It's only a couple of degrees. Yeah, what happens if this snow happens next year? Next year for 11 years, it very well could. And if you look up the grand solar minimum, they say this is not a mini ice age. Well, I'm not so sure about this. Last year, my son, I think it was last year, went from San Diego to Las Vegas and got caught in a blizzard. This is like Southern California, barely to Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada. And the truckers, it was so bad, the truckers had to pull over. Now, this is another thing. If the truckers cannot truck the stuff to us, that's going to create shortages. That's why you want stockpiles. And then I had a really evil thought. Of course, always thinking. Okay, you notice that the freezing cold areas are pretty much socialist? Because, I was thinking, wow, all those freezing places are socialist, probably because it's hard to work and the cold weather and stuff, like Russia, various parts of Europe. If it gets really cold, I always said I would never go to Mexico. I would go down south before I would, endure a lot of like icy cold weather. I would consider it. I would consider it. Okay, now, you guys, once I realized that I can pretty comfortably, be in my car, I could drive my car places. I thought, being the cheap person I am, you don't need a van. You don't need a trailer. You don't need a minivan. Corollas go forever. So I think that is the thing. Now this would be bad for like a family of 4, but this is good enough. Like I want to go to Nevada on a few day trips, and you know, I can stay in my car, not while it's cold. So I hope everyone is okay. That cold weather is treacherous. Okay, now I downloaded my Robinhood app and I got a free stock. I got one. And I got Sima Bay, and I got it at $6.25, and it dropped down to $5, so I lost 18%. So I switched it over to Kroger. It was Simba Bay Therapeutics. It was a pretty promising looking stock, and it was cheap too, $5 or $6. And you know, it had a problem with its trial. And so I went to Kroger, and so I am going to be, now that I am a $5 stockholder in Kroger, I will be checking out Food for Less. Yes, my company. Okay, so if you haven't downloaded your Robinhood app, it's very easy to do, and then you can buy stock in any increment. I think it's Merrill Lynch or something, I don't know. When I buy a stock, like a whole stock, I'll probably buy through there. But if you just want to buy incremental dollar items of stock, I mean, you could invest in anything. You could invest in Bitcoin. You can invest in Walmart, you know, with your Robinhood app. It'll let you invest at a very low amount, and it's healthy for the stock market too. Generally, I bought silver coins, but I find silver and gold is inflated, and I like the physical gold and silver, so I'm switching to one Kroger stock now and then. By doing that with the silver, though, it adds up, you guys. Another thing I have is I have the health app, which tracks my steps. And I went to check it out this morning, and I have to redo it. So, but if you have a step tracker, I really need to walk almost five miles. And I think one of the reasons I'm packing this weight on is I'm getting nowhere near 5 miles. What I used to do is a couple times a week, I would walk down to the trolley, and my life has been destroyed with this pandemic. But I would walk down to the trolley place and catch the bus to the casino and, you know, walk around the casino. Another thing, it was just nice to go to the casino, but I don't want to go because of the corona. And out here, people are not being careful at all. And also now people are saying, oh yeah, I had the corona, and you hear them discussing it, and people are coughing like it's over. It is not over. This is pneumonia season. It's viral pneumonia, so be very careful. I had pneumonia, so nobody has to tell me to be careful, because I know what's going to happen if I catch pneumonia, and I don't ever want to. I was in intensive care with toxic shock. My neighbor had pneumonia, and I was sick with the pneumonia longer than the toxic shock. Okay, so now what I like when I'm in my car from the time I get up till the time I go to bed. I'm not in it. I drive it to places and I work and stuff. I like a sandwich with a small fruit and a small vegetable. That has served me well. I do not want to deviate. They sell really good sandwiches across the street at Walmart for $2, or you can buy a 6-inch sub. Okay, so I stockpile a little food up. I made a little like stockpile thing before I left the house, in case I want to eat in my car, or maybe I will give some unfortunate individual. I have 2 soups. I bought this soup yesterday for 33 cents at Grocery Outlet. These are good. I ate this before in the car. I have crackers, because crackers, I had some frozen hamburger buns, but I thought, no, today I might stop by Food for Less, so we'll see what happens. I have 2 of these. I could eat these. And then at grocery outlet yesterday, I bought these things. They're fruit roll-ups. These are pretty good. 50 cents each. So, you know, my little boxes of food. And I have some chips. And I bought a little bag of fruit. This is good for the car, or I can eat it at home. I have errands to do today, like returning my phone thing that doesn't work. Okay, so now the minimizing is coming along good. What I did, I identified problems. My problem was the kitchen, the food storage, and the eBay. So one of the minimizing guys, he packed all of his stuff in one room and then worked on it a little bit at a time. So what I did was I managed to move my food around the house so it's not like a cluttered mess all over the house. I managed to bag up the eBay, and I have a spare room, and I eventually will buy some portable closets and hang everything so I can see what I have. And then the kitchen. It was the kitchen, the food, and the eBay. So I managed to like get them out of my living area, and last night I discovered if I clear all of the kitchen counters and all of the cluttery stuff around the kitchen and my cupboards are clean, then that is really nice in there. And it wasn't that any of the stuff was so hard to put away. I had half-eaten packages. I have a place I put them. I had cans that had never been opened. I put them in the food storage. I had garbage. I had, you know, various stuff like that. And it was really easy to straighten up the kitchen. I think most people that have an overabundance of stuff also have a problem with cluttering. And so I want to buy some stuff, and I thought, well, you could get rid of one thing as you buy one thing. That way it's not multiplying, it's not diminishing that much. When I was doing the self-help groups, the sick in the head people, things are always going to get better someday. So this is like at the root of this stuff I need to minimize. I'm going to sell it someday, or I'm going to use it someday. And so the minimizers say 90 days. That is not going to work for me. I haven't worn these sunglasses in 90 days. I don't know when the last time I wore them was. I don't want to get rid of them. I have them in a big box. Okay, now, you saw I packed my freezer with meat and bread. So one of the cheap meals you can make is a breakfast meal, like French toast, because I have all that bread, like sandwiches, like cinnamon toast. That is one of my favorite breakfasts. I love this. Okay, this is a great breakfast. It's easy and it's cheap. You fry a little chorizo in oil. You make sure you fry it on low and you get it done. And then you just crack some eggs. It's 2 eggs with a little milk, and you stir it, and then you put it on top of the chorizo and you make scrambled eggs. You can make it into a burrito, but I love it with cinnamon toast. Yummy, I might make that tonight. We'll see. Or I could make pancakes. And one of the followers left the best comment. And what it was, he said his father would make pancakes with eggs and grape jam a couple times a week. So breakfasts are really good. So for being cheap. So then another cheap thing once a week is soup or stew or gravy and biscuits, and you can make flatbread with biscuit mix or biscuits. So last night I made the curry stew. Learn that recipe, you guys, just in case. You never know. I want to get some of my good old recipes out. I would say, you know, the best thing is to watch every penny right now and don't do anything drastic. And then, you know, I've been I've been out of my house and in my car, I guess about a month and a half, and I have spent no money. And it's just like the minimizing. I was working on it for a while, and I thought, wow, this is such an hellacious mess. I am so sorry I dragged all this you-know-what out. Well, last night it started to turn around, and, things were getting nice. And so then, everything was better. So it's the same thing, at this point, since I've been doing this car thing, I cannot see how it's saving me. Can you believe the sun's hit me in the head? It is hot here. Well, it was 67, I think. Anyway, so at some point, from being cheap day in and day out, I mean, not miserably cheap, but, watching every penny, all of a sudden you notice somehow you have more money. And I took one of my little jars, the fruit jars that I bought at Walmart, and I started just putting my change in there, and it's already half full. So when I get it all the way full, I'm going to count it out and see, how much money resulted in just putting the change in this little jar. It's only been going on a week. I would say I would generate at least one jar per month. So then with that, with that jar of money, I could save it, or else I could buy something. One of the things I'm making preparations for is power outages. How about these people in the freezing cold weather with no power? I don't have a buddy heater, so I might, save my money, or I might spend a little. So now, Rhoda, what should you do? Buy a buddy heater? Well, I really love sunglasses, but a buddy heater is practical, and it's probably the same price. Yeah, but Macy's is going out of business, and this is a good opportunity. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all. Uh-oh, it's not over until it's over.